ladies and gentlemen. Walang mic. Sige, okay lang. We'll just record and I'll just talk to myself for the meantime. All right. At least we're recording. All right. This is the opening tip-off of your Thursday matchup here in Canoga Park for the All Valley Cup. I'm your host, the one and only Ludwig Van Magic Man. You know who I am, together with our committee for today, Team Alcances and Jeff Gutierrez. As we start the game, it's going to be the West Hills Lakers and the Porter Ranch Suns. West Hills Lakers wearing white jersey, while the Porter Ranch Suns, or rather, Porter Ranch Suns, are wearing black jersey. First basket goes to the Lakers. Villaserra makes the first shot. Guys in black. Galingan, air ball, and Lacre point blank missed on that transition offense.
Walang free throw yung black. Hindi naka-uniform si Toledo ah.
Bumpy Villones. By the way, the Suns are starting with Villones, Plana, Villaseran, Toledo. Oh, wait a sec. Is that your ball? Oh, okay. Here's your ball, Mr. De La Hoya. Thank you. Oh, by the way, no, going back to our score, their starting lineup, it's for the Suns, it's Billones, Lacre, Toledo, Plana, Billones, and Villaseran. As for the Suns, it's going to be Ari Bigdoli, Elijah Galingan, James Mercano, and JC Ovenson. As 4 points, or rather 3 points for the Suns. They're up in the early goings of this first quarter. Remember, this is 10 minutes of 4 quarters. Cross court, Mercano thought about it, takes it closer. Down low to James Ovenson, or JC Ovenson, underneath the basket. Well, again, JC Ovenson powering his way inside. It's going to be difficult to stop him if he gets his rhythm going. Launches from deep. He misses. Ari Bigdoli on the run. Can they grab the lead? Corner, Galingan. Mercano. Open. Too strong. Rebounded. Taken by Toledo. However, he wasn't able to control it. Well, they rushed that possession immediately. Lakers still up by one, 3-2. Bigdoli at the middle. Galingan puts it up. Comes up short. And Zapanta unable to save it. By the way, Zapanta is also starting for the Suns. Sharpshooter. Pump fake. Can't get his man off the air. Stolen away by Bigdoli. Bigdoli. Villaseran. At the left side, Villaseran looking for his options. Lacre. Wide open. All net for Art Lacre. Wearing jersey number 10 for Art Lacre. It was to nail it down from the corner pocket. Now it's a 6-2 advantage from the Lakers. Big Dolly at the middle, navigating his options. Zapanta, the defense from Plana, suffocating D. Wasn't able to put up that shot. Zapanta again. This time he will not hesitate. They tap it away. Ovenson put back, and JC Ovenson again. That's his second rebound coming from offensive boards. JC Ovenson manning the paint, patrolling 6-4. Mercano passes it to the wrong guy. Billones with a cut from Toledo and almost a steal. It would be a baseline throw in with 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Billones, quick shot, substitution. Apple will enter the ball game with his new haircut. Huh? No long hair today for Apple. Let's see if that would be an advantage or disadvantage for Apple. No? Billones makes the basket, extends the lead to three. Geronimo also will check in for the Lakers. 7-4. If you are in the area, make sure to drop by here in Canoga Park. Formerly known as the Athletic Society, now it's Crunch Fitness. So if you're here in LA, maybe go in the areas every Thursday or every Sunday. We have two leagues every week now for the Pinoy Ballers SFB crossover galingan. The defense help from Billones, unable to complete the steal. Let's see what will happen here. 8-4 in favor of the Lakers. The guys in white are the Lakers, while the guys in black are the Porter Ranch Suns. He sees an opening for Big Dolly. However, Villaseran ahead of everyone with the flush for Mark Villaseran, extending the lead to 6-10-4. Well, the Lakers, no, starting aggressively here in the first quarter. Let's see if they can sustain that energy or will they fall down. Laos, Paul Apple, and Plana. Active hands for Plana. And now they slow the pace down. Billones, dribble drive, drop off to Plana, and Plana will lose the handle. Butterfingers, 3 minutes and 55 remaining baseline throw. All board.
Yan, nawala eh. Okay. Nawala follow ko na lang.
And ball will go to the other side for the Suns. Foul on Geronimo. That was a loose ball foul. De La Hoya blocked by Villaseran. Pedal on the metal. Mark Villaseran finds a way to escape and pushes it hard to the basket. Now it's a 12-4 advantage. Plana to Villaseran. Villaseran creating some space for himself. They battle for the loose ball. It will go to Galingan. Galingan. 4-on-3 situation. They have numbers. Mercano pulls the trigger. It bounces off. Villaseran again leading the charge. Thought about it. Toledo, drop pass, Plana, and Plana kisses it off the glass and in for Plana. Well, that was good ball movement from the Lakers now with Toledo and Villaseran on the backcourt and Plana coming from behind. Laos, Ovenson squares up for Ovenson. Shout out sa ating Condi Banal. Nilagpasan tayo ni Condi. All business si Condi ngayon. Mga seryosong seryoso. 14-4. The Lakers also on top by 10. 14-4 as Billones lighting it up. On the other end with 2 minutes and 7. Toledo finds Plana with a challenge. A good challenge from Apple. No? Galingan. Not hack. That was a close line from Geronimo. Close line from hell. 14-4. Well, at least no, it was not intentional naman. No? It was just part of the ball game, the physicality. So Prince Po, oh, what happened? But it's still good though.
Nawala siya. Hindi ko lang bakit eh.
But don't worry, we'll still recording. Hopefully, no, hopefully. Otherwise, all the things that I've been saying here will go to waste. At least naririnig nyo ako dito. No? 1 minute and 25. Baseline throw. Man to man. De La Hoya at the middle. The defense tightening it up. And they trap it for De La Hoya. Villaseran again kicks it out to go. Jungo crossover. Can shake off his defender this time. Look at the dazzling moves of Villaseran with the handles. However, unable to complete the play with 53 seconds left. Galingan finally, it's good for Galingan. 7-4 with a trifecta. That was a three from Galingan. Elijah Galingan. Napakagaling ni Galingan. No? 7-14. We'll try to answer right back for Jerusalem, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's Jerusalem, right? Tama? Yes, that's Jerusalem. who is a streak shooter. 17 to 7, back to a double digit lead. De La Hoya, all day to shoot for De La Hoya, and he books it right away for De La Hoya. Well, that is his bread and butter, no? Those jump shots, those short stub, so you don't let him with the spin. However, JC Ovenson stopping the play, message not sent. Fade away with a buzzer beater from Galingan, and that ends the first quarter 17 to 9 in favor of the West Hills Lakers. As Mark Villaseran leading the way together with JR Toledo. We'll be right back with the second quarter.
Sino naman? Te?
Lakers. Anong nangyari? We open up the second quarter with a score of 17 to 9 in favor of the West Hills Lakers going up against the Porter Ranch Suns. What has happened there in the first quarter? Well, in the first quarter, it was Villaseran's show. He was able to he was wrecking havoc out there, and they weren't able to stop him. However, Galingan on the other end, on the latter part of the first quarter, was making some scores, and he continues in this opening minutes of the second quarter as now the score is 11 to 17, 6 point lead separating both teams. Well, what should the Lakers do here now? Well, continue to pound on with Villaseran, no? Because he's their leading scorer, and maybe support from Bumpy Villones and from Toledo. No? All board from Villones with that attack. Galingan, he is feeling it on fire right now for for Elijah Galingan, who has been knocking it down from long distance. Now it's just a 3 point lead, 17 to 14. Exciting ball game. It would have been great if this was live. However, if you're just watching it on YouTube, please make sure to follow on YouTube, subscribe, and like. Push that like button. Ooh, with that heavy elbow in the face of Ari Bigdoli. Well, that, like we mentioned, those are unintentional now because this is just a friendly game where we are all weekend or weekday warriors here. No, comes up short, but trying to save the day is Lacre with the assist from June Go with the offensive board. But the little things, no, as we say, the little things will help you win the game. Those offensive rebounding, those challenge, Mercano, drop pass, and again, Billones. Defensive awareness for Bumpy Billones. But now, with the full court pressure, we were able to cross the timeline. June goal. Reverse from Billones. However, that was a miss. Now, Galingan again this time. He will be fouled. Well, again, at least no, we are seeing the Portland Suns here not giving up here and not being blown away. Two fouls on Mark Jerusalem, no? Or Mike. Sorry, that would be on Michael Heronimo, no? High low drop pass JC of Benson. Well, no, I'd rather be comfortable JC of Benson taking it with those jump shots rather than attacking, as we mentioned. No? JC of Benson will go to the line and will shoot a basket. That would be an end one for JC Benson. As we mentioned, no, I'd rather let him take those jump shots. That would be a gamble for me rather than him taking it inside. No, he is much a high percentage scorer in the paint rather than those jump shots as we mentioned. 16-9 is our score. Is still in favor of West Hills Lakers. They kick it out. Jerusalem, Jungo, rattled by the defense of Big Dolly and Galingan. However, they're still holding on to that leather. And Galingan, fast and furious attack for Elijah Galingan. However, everything but the shot, and it will be a turnover. Timeout will be called by the West Hills Lakers with our score 19-16. We'll be right back with 6 minutes and 37. You are watching Pinoy Ballers SFV All Valley Battle Cup. After that timeout, we are back again in this beautiful Thursday evening here in Canoga Park. As our matchup is the West Hills Lakers 19, Porter Ranch Suns 16, and it would be the Suns' possession. Well, it's just a single possession ball game. Now they're starting to get their groove here for the Suns behind Galingan, who has been inspiring them. Apple thought about it, takes it closer, stretches forward on that layup, and look at Billones able to escape that suffocating defense as they're trying to lock him down. And it will go to. It will remain with the Suns with 19-16. Toledo. Skip pass. You can see it from here. Billones uses the screen. Baseline. And now a dose of their own medicine from the defense. But Lacre able to create with that separation as he was able to score in traffic. 22-16. Well, the West Hills Lakers now doing a good job on those attempts, no? 22-16. Apple calling on some plays here at the middle. Finds Galingan and still nothing. Or rather, that's Prince Po, no? Nalilito na ako kay Prince Po tsaka kay Galingan. Eh. Same body frame and same height. So that's Prince Po, by the way, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see what will they do here. Lacre again. He was able to nail one a while ago. They go high post. Quick passing, and he forces it away. And Galingan will score. Elijah Galingan leading his team. Well, he has been the only bright spark here for the Suns, no? As the supporting cast needs to step up here. Billones, Big Dolly on him. Finds Lacre again, and Lacre back-to-back hits for Art Lacre, who has been sizzling hot from Rainbow Country. At least you need to challenge him in a way. No? Apple and Plana taking that away. Lacre, Villaseran. The pass was too strong from Lacre. 25-18. Suddenly, the West Hills Lakers on a verge of making a run here, trying to bust this game wide open. Galingan. Well deserved rest for Elijah Galingan, no? Who will pick up the slack here for the Suns. No? They've been relying heavily on his brilliance in terms of scoring and offense. Laos, Apple, calling on his teammates. They go at the post. Prince Po with the fade away, and Plana doing a great job, terrific job on Plana there, though. Using his wide body to deflect that shot. Lacre waits for his teammates. Toledo setting the pace. Billones. And extending is De La Hoya. And look at Villaseran. Magnificent move. However, it was too strong. Well, Villaseran, during the first quarter, he was the main man for his team. However, the second quarter, he has been quiet, but Lacre has been their go-to guy so far. Corner three from James Mercano, closing the gap to just four, 25 to 21. Less than 3 minutes remaining here. They find Lacre again. This time Mercano on him. One-on-one single coverage. They turn it back to him. Billones sizing up his defender. Billones takes it. Back rim. Ari Bigdoli one-on-one against Villaseran. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Adjusting in mid-air, but Villaseran able to stand his ground on that defensive play. Crossover. Villaseran with the sidestep, and Mark Villaseran put that in the highlight reel for Mark Villaseran. Again, fantastic move from Mark Villaseran. Parang naka-Red Bull no? At the middle for that was a quick shot from Adrian De La Hoya, who calmly sink it in. 27 to 23. Vilsaran directing traffic, strategizing, finds Lacre, Lacre, and again skying high for that board is Mark Villaseran. Unstoppable like a freight train for Mark Villaseran. Well, he has been bringing thunder, lightning, and destruction here for the Lakers. No? 29 to 23, 6 point lead. Mark Villaseran with a bonus free throw. Remember, this is running time, even it's a free throw. We only stop the clock fourth quarter with the last 2 minutes. Well, if it's more than 10, then we continue to run the clock. 30 to 27. Every time that the Suns make a run, the Lakers are answering right back with their own version. Villaseran misses on that layup with less than a minute left. Prince Po, it bounces off, gets his own miss. Second serving for Prince Po. Resiliency is the keyword for Prince Po. He was not giving up on that play and still helping his team within striking distance, 30 to 25. Jungo, 32 seconds, throws a wild shot, hits all board as they battle for the loose ball. Prince Po embracing on that ball. And that would be a loose ball foul. It would go to the Suns. 13 seconds remaining. Second quarter. Can they make this a 3 point or 2 point game? Zapanta banks it in. Bank is open for Zapanta, making it a 2 point game at the end of the second quarter. The Porter Ranch Suns making a comeback, 30 to 28. However, Mark Villaseran leading his team together with Art Lacre. We'll be right back with this exciting ball game third quarter here in your All Valley Battle Cup. Pinoy Ballers. Ludwig Van Magic Man, your MC host. Welcome back to your All Valley Cup Thursday edition here in your Pinoy Ballers SFV. You are watching West Hills Lakers going up against Porter Ranch Suns with the Lakers up by 230 to 28. And let me just explain what happened there. Free throws for the Suns because of their uniform, not wearing the proper uniform, and that would merit a technical foul. So that would mean free throw. However, they weren't able to convert it. 29 to 30. Oh, I think they did. 29 to 30. 1 point lead now. Big Dolly being harassed by Toledo, and he was caught with the hand on the cookie jar, as that was clearly in front of our referees for today. No? Now the defense tightening it up here in the third quarter. Big Dolly with a spin. Sets up Galingan, too strong. They battle for the loose ball, and Geronimo again nursing three fouls already for Geronimo. No, but he is still in the floor. June Go, and foul will be called against Ovenson as our commissioner will go to the line and shoot two. Well, Junko was able to position himself properly on that possession, no, and there was no way that Ovenson can block that. As we mentioned, a fundamental basketball, proper position, using smarts, using your brain in the game. As Jungo, years of experience for Jungo, no, veteran in the game. 30, 31 to 29. Our committee for today, no, Team Alcances, Jeff Gutierrez, and of course, Condi Banal, Ludwig Van, Magic Man, your MC, your host. Hopefully, this is a recording, no, otherwise we won't know what's happening as Zapanta, that's his second 3 point shot for Zapanta, tying the ball game up at 32 with 8 minutes and 30. Lacre, Toledo, they go at the post, finds Jungo. No opening for him, but Toledo corner pocket in and out as they battle for the loose ball. And look at Jungo, no, fighting two black guys there, JC Oventon and Arabic Dolly. But another chance for the Lakers to grab the lead. However, this time the Suns throws it away. Lacre protecting that ball, and it would be a jump ball possession arrow points to the Lakers. Jungo looking at a 2-3 zone. Uses the screen from Geronimo corner. Lacre fires away. They tap it. It goes to Ovenson. De La Hoya back to Ovenson. Ovenson jump hook for Ovenson as he boards it in. Now the Suns are up by 2, 34 to 32 after that aggressive start by the Lakers. Now the Suns slowly but surely behind their shooting and of course behind their defense. Toledo using the screen. Air ball for Plana. Ari Bigdoli all the way coast to coast. No goal. And Jungo able to recover. Almost a turnover there, but Toledo at the middle, slicing the D for JR Toledo. What an amazing move from JR Toledo. No? The defense was caught napping that time, no? As he slices it like parting the Red Sea, no? Malamoses ang galawan ni JR Toledo. Substitution, here comes the big guns. Mark Villaseran and Bumpy Villones back in the ball game. As we are tied at 34. Well, let's see now if they still have some gas left on the tank. But this is still two quarters, so they need to reserve that energy. And again, JC Ovenson, like what we mentioned a while ago, no, JC Ovenson underneath the paint, almost unstoppable. No, you'd let him just shoot jumpers. No, if I was the coach of the other team, I'd let him kill him with the jumpers. But Bumpy Billones quickly answers the call, takes the lead back, 37 to 36. And this has been a shootout. Galingan on the other end, able to throw a haymaker. 39 to 37. Toledo, Billones, but the defense on him, not giving him a clear look. The repost, Billones, ooh, with the push from Benson, as able to sell the call for Plana. You know, Billones on the line and will Billones on the line and will shoot two. Billones makes the first free throw as Jaco Salem enters the ball game. 38 to 39. We are now tied at 39. This has been high intensity matchup. Zapanta again. Three-point shots from Zapanta from beyond the arc. Zapanta, no, he has been killing them from long distance. Well, that he's one of the reasons why the Suns are back in this ball game. Now he was able to hit three shots, all coming from long distance. No? And ball will go to the Suns as now they have regained some kind of momentum here with 3 minutes and 55 remaining. De La Hoya, Ovenson, drop pass, and it will go to the Lakers. 42 to 39. Well, that was a golden opportunity, no, for the Lakers to at least close the gap here, maybe tie the ball game. And that was air ball, and Toledo almost saving it. Here comes Elijah Galingan zigzagging his way, however, unable to connect. Villaseran, season opening pull up J for Villaseran, making it back to a 1 point game, 42 to 41. Well, no, the Lakers, they were up as high as 10 points a while ago, 17 to 7. And JC Ovenson again inside the paint in the box. That has been his lifeline, no? JC Ovenson. Well, how do you stop JC Ovenson? No? Maybe, try to push him out of his comfort zone. But that's easier said than done, no? But you gotta make him at least work. Finds Geronimo. Geronimo, quick release for Geronimo. Well, you gotta factor in Ovenson. Crossover. Villaseran able to save it. On the other end, Toledo, pump fake, takes it closer, and look at the finger roll from J.R. Toledo, making it again a 1 point game, 44 to 43 with 2 minutes and 10 remaining. Zapanta, can he make it for 3 point shots? No, well, he checked, no, but still, at least the Lakers able to try to challenge him. On the other end, De La Hoya will check out as Prince Po re-enters the ball game. 1 minute and 48 before we go to the fourth and final quarter. Both teams wanted this victory so bad. No? Jaco Salem launches, and Jaco Salem, Jaco, 46 to 44. Now they got the lead back. Galingan releases. The Suns man-to-man defense, and Toledo anticipates 2-on-1 situation. Villaseran finishes them off. As now it's back to a 4 point lead. Suddenly, with that run and gun offense, the Lakers can make this a 6 point game. Villaseran, everything but the shot. Al galing, ano? Able to challenge that play. Corner. Big Dolly has been quiet here in this ball game. Prince Po with the offensive board. And he will go to the line and have to earn it with 35 seconds left. Ari Bigdoli. Now, if you're watching this game on YouTube, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm so that we can continue to make these kinds of videos. 13 seconds.
99, 99, 99.
10 seconds left before we end the ball game or before we end the third quarter.
Buti ikaw nakikita mo. Buti ikaw
And
team
from here,
nakikita mo pa eh. Kahit malapit,
Billones, and that ends the third
kahit malapit,
quarter.
hindi ko maano.
The Lakers up again by 2 after that run from Villaseran. Villaseran has been the only scorer for the Lakers, and they'll be relying heavily again with him in the fourth quarter. Live and die with Mark Villaseran for the Suns, or for the Lakers, and for the Suns. Let's see if they can make a lead back. We'll be right back.
Si Johnson. Ref, black. Black ball, black ball. All in. It's white, it's white, it's white. It's white. Ah, white ball. It's white. White, white, white. White ball, white ball. No, don't change it. Yo, Tim, you good? Or you want me to? Ako na.
Fourth quarter action. This is the All Valley Cup Pinoy Ballers SFV. Our score is 48 to 46, still in favor of the West Hills Lakers. However, during the third quarter, the Suns able to make a run and they were able to grab the lead
38.
behind Zapata and Ovenson, who has been doing the heavy damage in the third quarter. However, in the fourth quarter, Mark Villaseran has been leading his team and leading the charge as they're up again by 2. Well, still anybody's ball game here now. Game on the line as Ovenson will make one basket, 48 to 47. Delayed coverage. We are having a delayed coverage for today because shout out to June Holgado, no, who is on vacation. Sana isama mo kami sa bakasyon mo, no, June Holgado. Plana,
Palobi ka naman dyan.
Palomi naman, June Holgado, no? Panalo pa kayo nung Sunday. Ay, antayin natin yan. Balita ako sa Sunday daw or sa Thursday, magpapalomi daw si brother June Holgado. No? But on the line is Plana. Of course. Pero tatakbo-takbo lang tayo. Plana makes the basket. Masyado kasi kayo malakasan dito sa Thursday League. Kaya, ano eh, sa Sunday, chill lang kami.
Sali ka na dito.
Oh, sige, tingnan natin.
Official na tayo dito committee.
Let's see. 49 to 47.
Para marami tayo reunion.
Plana.
Sunday.
Banding yan, no?
Marami tayo bali yan.
50-47. Plana. Oh. Well, what's the good thing about here for the Lakers? Now, everyone is contributing. Even Plana, who would just make those free throws. Now, even on the defensive end, the intangibles, he has been contributing. But Villaseran using his speed and quickness, and this time overpowers Ari Bigdoli as Ari Bigdoli will commit that foul. Well, Villaseran has been on a mission here. Now he has been tearing it up, 50 to 47. Mark Villaseran. I wonder what's the score of Mark Villaseran. Mark Villaseran. What's the score of Mark Villaseran? 13 points, leading all scorers for the Lakers. Mark Villaseran. Well, He has been almost unstoppable here now in this ball game. Now makes it a 14 under his belt. No? 50 to 47. Well, they need to find some answers against Mark Villaseran. No? Ari Bigdoli finding JC Ovenson. JC Ovenson, yes, that's what we mentioned. No? I'd rather let him shoot jumpers than make a living inside the paint. Because JC Ovenson inside the paint is unstoppable, but on his jumpers, there's a slight chance that he misses. Jungo doesn't get the shooter's bounce. JC Ovenson give and go to Ari Bigdoli, throws it on the board. Now they control the tempo. Art Lackley was able to hit 2 3-point shots a while ago, but this time it goes out for Art Lackley. Galingan this time, can he counter attack? Geronimo and JC Ovenson blocked by Geronimo. Well, Geronimo making his presence felt there on the defensive end. Villaseran using the clock with 6 minutes and 30 here in the fourth quarter. He sees the double team, kicks it out to Jungo. And Galingan pokes it away. Villaseran finds a way to score for Mark Villaseran. Now that is 16 points on his stats. 53 to 47, 6-point lead. Timeout will be called here by the Suns. They are down by 6, 53 to 47. We'll be right back after this timeout. After the timeout, we are still here in Canoga Park with the score of 53 to 47. West Hills Lakers against the Porter Ranchers. This is the first game of our double game headliner. So if you're just in the area, make sure to come by every Thursday and every Sunday for our Pinoy Ballers SFB Basketball League Thursday game. Leave all your problems at home, leave your work in the workplace, but whenever you're in the court, bring your A game. Corner for Galingan. And he tracks down his own miss. Physicality down the floor between Galingan and Jungo Toledo, controlling the tempo as they have the lead. Can they extend it to 8 or 9? Let's see. Villaseran, Toledo, navigating his options as he will try to strategize. Well, they have the luxury of time, no? Time is on their side. They're up by 6, but it's just 2 3-point shots. But look at that floater for Mark Villaseran with the runner. Well, that is just a masterpiece, like an artwork. Mark Villaseran on the air. Wow, what a move! And sa Panda, this time he is offline with that J. Well, he was able to hit 3 points a while ago. Three shots all coming from Rainbow Country, no? But this time he misses. Jungo and Jungo putting them on a fire squad for Jungo. Well, he was wide open, no? He was able to knock it down. Credit um, the Lakers for finding the best option there on that possession. And the defense doing a lousy job, not extending, not challenging. Well, they're to blame, no? As Mark Jackson would say, hand down, man down. 57 to 47. Villaseran. They are up by double digits with 4 minutes and 8. Well, we have seen a lot of things happen here in this league, no? 10-point lead being wiped out easily. But let's see if the Suns still have a run in them using the screen from Geronimo. Toledo, corner. Villaseran uses the baseline. 57 to 47. Substitution. 3 minutes and 40.
You need to play. Six. Next one. Stop.
No more substitution as the game is live back again.
You need to sub.
Villasaran being hounded here by Galingan, and Galingan prevailing on that possession. Elijah Galingan drop pass to Ari Bigdoli, and Ari Bigdoli makes that easy basket. Well, that was a good setup by Galingan, no? As he was able to find the open guy. Full court pressure being applied at the middle, and Ari Bigdoli, can they make it a 4-point swing? And now it's just a 6-point game, 51 to 57. We'll be right back as the Suns roaring back with a 6 to nothing run. We'll be right back after this timeout. Back to the action. It's a 6-point game, 57 to 50, won by as high as 10 points by the Lakers. Let's see if Galingan and Ari Bigdoli can force some turnovers here. Well, they were doing a great job in the last three possessions. Now let's see if they can still mount a comeback. But Mark Villaseran, he sees daylight. It bounces off. And Geronimo in the paint, and he will be fouled by Apple.
Sub, rep. Sub.
Substitution as Adrian De La Hoya and Prince Po enters the ball game. Well, let's see though if these two guys can help out and contribute to that run, no? Because it's still 2 minutes left, no? It's just two shots of 3 points, or maybe quick two. Geronimo on the line. Nerves of steel. Let's see if he will rise to the occasion on, or he will be pressured, and that time he was pressured. And now the door is still open for the
Last
Suns
2 minutes.
with the last 2 minutes. The
Last 2 minutes.
last 2 minutes is brought to you by Condi Banal, our cameraman for today. Sana maglaro si Condi Banal on Sunday para makalaro ko naman si Condi Banal. No? Pero wag mo masyadong galingan. Ha? Light lang tayo. Chill-chill lang tayo. Papawis lang. And look at De La Hoya off from the bench. Adrian De La Hoya providing some spark. And now it's just a 4-point game. Toledo able to cross the timeline, escaping, cross court. And Plana puts his man down. And Plana, no fear as he powers his way, making it back to a 6-point game. Big Dolly with a challenge from Plana comes up short. Bumpy Billones takes care of the board. Toledo, and foul will be given up by Prince Po. Well, as we say, no, those guys off the bench, they can provide some scoring. That's what makes the Suns a good team, no? Almost everybody's contributing as well for them. With Zapanta hitting those threes, with Adrian De La Hoya able to sink his jumpers. As Toledo on the line, 59 to 53 with a minute exactly left here in this ball game. 53. It's 53. 53 to 59. And power rebound from Ovenson. They weren't able to include Ovenson here in the fourth quarter, no? Well, if I have Ovenson for the Suns, I would keep on setting him up because, like we say, no, basketball is a game of strengths and weaknesses, no? You are able to exploit the weakness of your opponent and use your strengths. Now, for the Suns, they have JC Ovenson on the post, no? Zapanta, well, you know, you need you need to feed the big guy, no? As they say, no? If you have Shaquille O'Neal on the paint, that's your first option. And if he gets double team, you kick it out, no? Rather than him taking those jump shots, no? If I'm the Suns, I would be more comfortable for JC Ovenson to go at the post, make his way, drive inside the paint, rather than him taking those jumpers now. But if you're the Lakers, then it means that your game plan is working. Now 60 to 53, 7-point game with 48 seconds left, or 49 seconds left, as Bumpy Billones, no? This guy is also a veteran, no? He can make those baskets under pressure, no? Especially on the free throw. This guy's a proven shooter, no? 61 to 53. Ari Bigdoli. Well, another also reason why the Suns are down today is because Ari Bigdoli, with his prolific scoring, wasn't able to contribute much in this ball game. So let's see. They will come back stronger, no? They will come back stronger. Let's see.
Naniwala ka sa akin eh, no? Alawi ko sa'yo eh.
Ari Bigdoli, Zapanta, Prince Po putting it back. This is just finishing touches, 55 to 61. However, you'll never know. If Reggie Miller can make 6 points in 6 seconds, why not in 28 seconds, diba? Free throws will be given to Mark Villaseran. And Mark Villaseran has this game on the line. Toledo, no? Playing well here. 62 to 55. They need to have that internal talk, no? When, and foul will be given for Geronimo, 62 to 55.
Ilan rebound ni Mike?
Michael Geronimo
Ilan ang rebound niya?
outplaying Ovenson
Ang
today
dami rebound
in
eh.
terms of rebounding department.
Oh shit. Plus 2 pa yun, no?
And he misses. However, he needs to work on those free throws for Geronimo. No, however, he's doing a great job in the paint in terms of stopping Ovenson and grabbing those rebounds. No,
Unfair daw, hindi pa makakala. I know.
62 to
It's
55.
crucial. Tsaka
7 point lead, crossover, Big Dolly, corner,
Ah,
Zapanta,
sila,
misses,
yung kasama nyo.
Toledo, he will ice this game, Villaseran puts the kids to
Dapat
sleep.
kasi kanina pa pinasok.
64 to 55, night, sabi nga ni Villaseran, no? Ovenson, well, that's one reason, no? JC Ovenson wasn't included in the play. He has been their scorer in the paint. So good game for the Lakers. No, they were able to execute their game plan, take out of Benson in the offensive end, and that's the end of the ball game. 64 to 55. The Lakers behind their teamwork, behind Geronimo, Toledo, and of course their leading scorer Mark Villaseran with 16 points, I believe. We'll check it back. And that's the end of the coverage for your first game. Stay tuned because we still have the second game here in your Thursday evening All Valley Battle Cup. We'll be right back with the second game. Thank you, Ludwig Van, Magic Man. On behalf of the team, we have Condi Banal and Jano Santos. Thank you, and we will stop recording.